like, comment, and share our videos. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and remember to hit on the notification bell below for more updates. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You're welcome to another episode of the Cover Up Show, the show designed to demystify the personality of the Muslim woman, giving her a voice and celebrating her. I'm Rahmat Wasim, your host. We're so grateful for your continuous loving and sharing, commenting on our videos on Facebook page. We are grateful. Continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember to hit the notification button for future updates. Today we are looking at the upbringing of our children. How do we nurture them? How do you mold them? How do you position them to take up the next as the next generation? How do you nurture them to be what you intended, the good that you want them to come out and turn out to be? How do you put that all, instilling all the discipline? Sounds like a big task. I'm tired already, but there are people who have been at this job for as long as I know. They've been at it for over 50 years and are here to tell us what it entails in terms of parenting. I have two amazing people in the studio here with me. We have Alhaj Ahmed Kwame Boache. He's a retired educationist, a counselor, and he's also been at this job of nurturing and mentoring children as an educationist. We also have Hajia Mrs. Halima Ajikumwa Boache. She's also a retired educationist, and she also be giving us insights into parenting. Hajia and Alhaji, you're welcome to Cover Up Show.
Thank you.
And thank you for honoring our invitation and giving us the platform. I want us to start with who a parent is. I'll start with Hajia.
When we talk of a parent, we mean a person who has given birth to kids and is training them from even birth to toddlership. Then from there to train the child so that he reaches maybe kindergarten, or making sure that the child, especially in the early days, learns how to eat, put food in the mouth, chewing, quantity to be put in the mouth.
Wow.
Everything should be guided by a parent who is responsible. Then you continue nurturing the child, taking care of her bath or his bath, pasting. There are so many things that come into
so basically nurturing them from infancy,
to
adulthood.
And the aim is to reach adulthood with the sort of training you want the child to have, so that he can fit well into the society, be it religious or secular society.
Mr. Boache, would you like to add something to it?
Parenting is a holistic approach to upbringing of persons from even the womb, because whatever one does to a pregnant woman, especially advanced pregnancy, can affect the child in the womb. Again, it is the aim or the objective one wants the child to get, that the one directs the child along the path to reach that height in adulthood, and how to manage life, to face life squarely as it is, because one cannot change life, cannot change the environment, the world and its setting, but how to fit into it, manage it to one's advantage. So parenting is guiding the child to fit into society and take advantage of whatever is there, positive or negative. Nothing is bad, but it depends upon how one manages oneself into that society and that environment.
Thank you very much. You've actually blended my follow-up question, that what parenting entails, but in defining who a parent is and what is expected of a parent, all that has been answered.
For a parent, it can even be a natural parent, such as a mother, father, or both. It can be also somebody who, in the absence of the true parents, taking care of
like a guardian.
Yes, like a guardian, and yet being a guardian is a little different. But parenting is to say to even the day-to-day activities of the child, to ensure that the child is brought up in the way one wants the child to grow and become.
Mashallah. Are there methods of parenting, specific methods that you should bring up a child, a formula to it, Mr. Boakye?
Actually, it depends upon the environment. Actual methodology, it depends upon one's ability to develop certain characteristics within the one himself, or herself.
As the parent.
As the parent. One, if you want the child to be truthful, you must also be truthful. When the child knows that you are truthful, he will learn to be truthful. If the parent is hardworking, the child will also be hardworking. If the parent speaks very well, I mean politely, the child will also learn to pick it and then speak politely. But because of time, we would like to shorten it and say that the totality of the parents' behavior and attitude to life impacts, all of them impact on the child. The child picks and it grows with it.
Haja, that brings me to my next question. How critical is early childhood in parenting?
It's very important. Childhood is the years up to adolescent, and that is a critical time because children are curious and they want to know so many things in life. Even their physical appearance, they want to know. And they are the people at that time who used to ask so many questions. Some you can give direct answers. Others you have to be a little cautious because some things can scare the children in their day-to-day activities. And some can also encourage them to go ahead and do the right thing at the right time. So be a parent, you have to be very, very careful and cautious of whatever you do to the children, whatever you tell the children, and whatever training if you want to give to the children. And remember one thing, at times a child may do something wrong and you want to reprimand the person or even follow it up and do something. There are some children who will never stay for you to do whatever you want to do.
They run away.
But children who have listened to parents and they know that parents are very important to them and they can do whatever they want to do to them. I remember in the days of my training of children, at times when somebody does something and he's trying to say, stay at where you are. If I catch you, you are in trouble. And the children will stay till the time I catch them and do whatever I want to do.
Go and bring a cane and let me beat
bring the cane and let me cane you. And they go and bring the cane. But some kids will not do that. Because they haven't been listening to their parents. They haven't been following that my mother is serious. And if I don't do this, it will have effect on my future. Even at times diet. You'll be given your normal diet by additive, maybe cake or toffee or something. You make sure that if you don't listen, you won't get.
We'll move into detail when you want to correct and reprimand children. But I want to go back to Alhaj. You mentioned something that parenting starts from the womb. I'm trying to link it to the early childhood. what could be the consequences if you don't nurture a child right from the beginning?
Thank you. If you don't nurture the child, you are telling the child, go mad if you like. Stay home if you like. Means in our language you say, Watuna Sauram. Leave the child to do whatever to the world, to the wind. For the wind to blow the child left, right, up and down. But if right from the beginning, the child gets to know things which are dear to the parents, which the parents think are good for the child, then you bring the child to yourself, bring them together. I mean, let the child feel that yes, this is my father, this is my mother, this is the person who is taking care of me. This man or this woman cares for me. When the child realizes that, then whatever you want the child to learn, to do, to say, he will do it.
Mashallah, I'm picking certain critical things. I've picked training by example, the parent.
Yes.
And also making the child have affection.
Bringing the child to yourself. You know, for example, I used to sleep with my boy on the same bed. So even up to today, I am very dear to him. He is dear to me.
Mashallah.
You see, and I made my wife to sleep with the girls so that they will feel, they will have a feeling, and then if there's anything wrong, they will observe it, and they have confidence. You see, development of confidence in the parent is also critical. If the child is confident, has confidence in the parent, whatever you tell the child, they agree. And if the child has problems, if he has confidence in you, the child will bring out the problem and you can resolve. But if you don't, the child hasn't got confidence in you, you always be lying. And lying is very, very dangerous for the child.
So start forming bad habits. Right from the word go.
Right from the word go. You don't trust the child. Because the child doesn't trust you.
That's a good one. So does parenting style change as the child is growing, or is the same throughout?
Thank you very much. I think it's a bad doctor who will give the same dose or dosage of medicine to people from
different ages,
infancy to
adulthood. You're right.
Yeah, so there must be modifications. One, the child you are handling on your laps today, one day will be crawling.
Yes.
One day will be walking. One day will be running. The child you are telling, do this, don't do that. One day, that child will be doing his or her own thing. You may not be there.
Yes.
So methodology must change with time, with the age. Again, you must also realize that even though he's your child or she's your child, she has grown to a certain age, must not be beaten or shouted or disgraced. Must have confidence in you to be able to tell you his or her problems. And again, no matter what the child does, when he's an adult, he's an adult. Always patiently direct the child. If he does something wrong, even if it's an adult, you have the right to, it is good to correct, but correct diplomatically. Don't put the person to shame. It be right from infancy. You go to some schools and teachers will say, shame. The children say, shame. I don't do that. Be free to say what you want to say. I always tell them, say whatever you want to say, only say it politely and decently. So you can tell me anything. If I'm wrong, I salute little children, nursery children. When somebody makes some noise or does something, and I want to go and I spank the child. Who did that? This is foolish. Look, wait, come here. Please, I'm not the one. It's this one. So I salute the one. I shouted on, and then I reprimand the other one. You have even made me to even make a mistake. You see the point? So if one does that, consider the age, consider the environment, consider the status of the child. If you have a child is an army commander, he is commanding a whole battalion or something, and then he comes home, you drill him like a child. What do you expect? He will rebel.
Yes.
So children, most of the children who rebel, it depends upon how they were treated. Okay. They felt rejected. And don't insult the children. Don't insult them. Advise them. Coax them. But be fair, firm, and strong on them when they
fair, firm, and strong.
Yes.
Haja, in your earlier submission, you were going into reprimanding children. You're trying to mention some forms. You talked about maybe the punishment and also the denial. What are other things that you can do to bring the child's attention to the fact that, okay, you've gone off what I am trying to show you, so there are consequences to what you have just done?
Okay. Mostly, my children were girls. And in bringing up girls is a difficulty. With the Quran, recognize it. So, in my case, always I make them know that whenever you go out, take good care of yourself. If somebody mishandles you, when you come back home, let me know. So that if I need to take action, I will take. Then, when you are going out, to make sure that you have covered yourself well. Don't expose yourself unnecessarily outside. And make sure that your learning is very important to you. That is going to be your future. And remember always to pray. Even if I'm not there, make sure that Allah is with you and you have to honor your regular prayers. Even though I'm not in. I say that anybody can be an imam. Even though we say males. In the absence of males, we can still continue to pray. And I think this was the guidance I used to give them. And when they grew, I was with them when they left me for another place to pursue the education. Then I at times communicate with them as to how they are faring, how they are taking their life seriously. Then I keep on signing warnings to them. Make sure you don't expose yourself unnecessarily to the other sex. Make sure that your learning is paramount to you. That is going to give you a future passport to good living. And I continue to advise them. And I feel they took those advice.
Alhamdulillah. But in terms of cautioning, what would be the best advice? Is it just to advise the child, or you think there are times that you need to be firm on the child?
Okay. I caution them, and when I need to be firm too, I hold on them. If you approach them, they will tell you. And they will say that, hey, Amadora, I won't leave you alone. And I make sure that I don't leave you alone. I handle you in a manner that you will feel that I am not a mother to you. Because something has gone wrong and I want you to come to the right path. So that one, I may be a worse mother. But when they grew, they saw that it has been a good thing for them, and they continue to take care of it and even praise me. Yes. So that is me. And when it is necessary for me to buy something, I buy.
Okay.
But when time for it to keep you going is premature, or you make mistake in leaving, maybe say your sandals outside, and you come home without sandals, then I am firm on you. I can even allow you to use it till the time the other ones get finished.
You'll be walking barefooted.
So you will be thinking that I'm wicked, but it
just
teaches you and learns you to be very cautious of yourself and be responsible and take good care of your possession.
Alhaj, from what Aja is saying, I'm getting reprimanding, advising, I'm getting denial, maybe sometimes even detention,
Yes.
as forms of
Sit down.
correcting a child. No, it's not. So is it not? So it's not necessary that all the time you should be beating a child.
I think beating is the last
The
resort.
last
When the person is consistently recalcitrant and seems to not be serious with one's life, then one day we let the person know that there is heaven, there is hell. But you see, variations of punishment. Sometimes I just even give something and they keep quiet.
Wow.
And they do. For example, student girls in the dormitory, those who eat in the dormitory, you tell them to stop, they won't stop. Will you take a cane and go there to beat them? So what I do? Sometimes I call their leaders and say, hey, I don't have problem. If you eat there will be drops. And then the ants will come. When the ants come, the cockroaches will come. When the cockroaches come, the lizards will come. The mice will come. And when the mice come, the snakes will come. And when the snakes come, then they don't get anything, then they are human beings, they will do it. So anytime you see people say, I'm watching that, they will go and clean the place.
So making the child see
the danger involved. Again, meeting the children, talk to them, explain things. Life, how is it? Do you just sit down and eat and sleep, sleep and grow? You will be crazy. So life is activity. And I have 3 words which as soon as my children are able, or students, I tell students too, you must have initiative, you must have a drive, you have responsibility.
Mashallah.
These 3 key words, take it throughout your life. And then be truthful.
Yes, truthful.
You must be must make people trust you. Because of time,
we'll have to cut it here, and we'll come back with a continuation. But I just want to wrap up with the 3 words: the initiative, your drive, and your responsibilities. We'll come back again and look at what these things entails, and how to instill it in your children as you are nurturing them. Alhaj and Hajia Boakye, we are grateful for your time. Viewers, we'll come back with a continuation. I'm Rahmat Wasim, your host. This has been Cover Up, the show designed to demystify the personality of the Muslim woman, giving her a voice and celebrating her. Remember to comment, like, and share our videos. Follow us on Facebook, Cover Up Show, on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. And remember to hit the notification button for updates. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend of Cover Up Show. Jazakumullah. May Allah be with us all. Salam.